What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 8 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Mannfred von Carstein Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, some absolutely beautiful battles as we fought the Court of Libaras and the last defenders. Kroggar went down, and though it was tough to take Rosetta and the 3 stacks of lizards therein, we managed to pull it off with Manny's army. Absolutely glorious. It's probably a significant portion of the strength of these guys, as it looks like they only have a sliver of balance of power left, probably culminating in, or probably representing this. And there's probably another army down there somewhere, at least I would assume. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time, we're looking to take Lamia and the book therein. Maybe auto-resolve it, because, I mean, it'll have no chance against these guys, and it's a weaker defensive garrison than the dwarfs we fought at Zorn, as they had a full stack plus their defenses. That said, I'll think about it. Wilmar and Kadan might want to attack Galbaraz. I mean, I kind of don't like them just sitting here. Granted, neither of their armies is very expensive at 1,400 and 1,100. They're quite cheap, so unlike other armies that are costing insane amounts of dark magic or whatever it is that we use, they are not really costing us anything. But at the same time, it would be nice to start taking towards the ruins of Morcaine here. That spell resistance and weapon strength is very, very nice, and applies to Graveguard, zombies, and ghostly units as well, basically infantry stuff, which is quite interesting. Interestingly enough, the ruins of Morcaine have no application for crypt ghouls, but we do have Morgheim for that particular purpose. So it doesn't buff them, but it does reduce their upkeep. Anyway, wait, is it just ghouls or horrors too? And crypt horrors. Alright, that's nice, that's nice. Anyway, let's see what we gotta do this turn. I believe we did most of whatever we needed last time. In fact, these were the only two. Screw it, we're gonna declare war on this guy. You know what, let's wait one more turn, because a rebel army is going to spawn, I guess, so we can kill that, acquire some of the free XP on these two armies, and then proceed afterwards. So Lord not moved, ignored, and assigned skill points, building upgrades, outpost upgrade available. No, we're not spending our money on that. Ooh, but maybe there is something we can spend our money on. Let's see, Kotara Numas, you're waiting. And actually, well, I guess we can upgrade Sunken Kernark and Stormhenge. Actually, you know what? I lied. No, we're not going to do that, because once we get into a fight with the Skaven up here, they might, yeah, these, I'd rather not invest in them while they're in dangerous positions, because once again, I don't particularly like building too many defensive structures. In fact, I don't like building defensive structures anywhere at any time, whether it be vanilla or SFO. And SFO, of course, disincentivizes it to a little bit greater degree by making you lose a little bit of the income in your province, I believe 10% per defensive structure, so there's that as well. Besides, the best defense and offense alike has always been a massive number of zombies. Anyway, unhappy populace, I obey. For those not familiar with this, you just keep on going through this until you get a reward. It used to be a lot stronger, but just for fun. It's been a while since I activated this, so we're just gonna do it. And the control thing doesn't bother us too much, since we have a lot of bonuses to control, so it should be fine. Great Incantation of Xar, hero capacity for all heroes. Ooh, that should be nice. A student for a Thanatologist. Good. Capacity means we have ourselves another Banshee, but I mean, I was gonna say maybe we get another Assassin going, but we should probably get a second Banshee in the Ghost Army. Yeah. And don't worry, guys, we will have some sort of generalist armies as well, ones that sort of mix various types of units together, not just a uniform type stuff. You try a little bit of that assassination stuff, would you? This action cannot be performed. The chance of success is too low. The rank 8. Well, that's lovely. I mean, I guess we could block army and get a little bit of money that, or get a little bit of XP out that way. And oh wow, the chance to succeed is so low. That's pretty unlikely. Okay, can you damage walls at Talaqua? Even that's not super high, but I guess we gotta level up somehow. Can't be assassinating. All right, there we go. Not the first level as yet. Oh yeah, I want to see something. Singular focus. Hero success chance plus 10. You know what? I think maybe for an assassin, maybe this will be better. Let's start moving it down there. We'll name you assassin for now as well. And I'll see about getting additional capacity, or maybe we'll delete the first assassin and just replace. We'll see. It's not like we've invested a lot in that other assassin after all. Anyway, Manny, you are in range of Doomglade, so you're going to hit that real quick. With a nice little auto-resolve. On resolve, obviously, minimal damage and occupy. Lovely. Another Rod of Flaming Death. The game keeps providing those. Ooh, Devils of Schwarzhofen. Been waiting for those and the Chillgeists as well. It'll be a while till we get other Hex Wraiths available to us because we need tier 4. And frankly, we need tier 4 for the Karen Wraiths as well, which is kind of annoying, but, well. At least you can have the Chillgeists, though they're so expensive that we'll probably wait a couple of turns before getting them. You, Wilmar, you're going to replace one of your dog or one of your Fellbats. We'll keep a couple of the doggos for now. If we do end up using some doggos in an army, we'll pop them in there, but you can get the Devils of Schwarzhofen. Very nice. And then you two, kill off Mr. Azrael. Which one of you wants to attack? I guess it doesn't really matter. Just a little bit of that old free XP. And auto-resolve. Wait, why do you have a... Oh, actually, a Razor Standard on the Tithe might not be so bad, and get them hitting decently hard. And Gleaming Pennant, I guess, on you yourself, since you provide support. Anyway, I don't think anybody's gonna die from this. It's just a rebel. Although, we certainly did take damage, even with the Orcs reinforcing us. Huh, that's quite interesting. We'll take the money. Alright, I guess we'll need to briefly move back to heal up. Alright, we're not in any hurry with these two armies, so it's not a big deal. Move back to our own territory, and then we'll eventually go for Galbaraz. Do either of you... Ooh, you have Dark Shepherd available now. Leadership and Aura, and I think that's what we'll do. Raise dead cost increase can help as well, I guess, but you'll need to keep those zombies up and running. Wilmar... I guess you can go for Children of the Night as well. Benevolent Overlord is nice, but until we get vampires in his army, which will be in a little bit, we don't have that. Though, you know what? He doesn't have casters as of yet. And his army isn't crazy expensive, but yeah, you know what? Let's max out Children of Night, and then we'll start going through his casting. Next up, Bathilda and Wilhelm. You two together... Oh. How did you start suffering attrition when you weren't before? Oh, they popped that incantation of Xar, which is screwing us over. Yeah. I should have popped him into Necromantic Ritual to avoid that instead, my bad. Anyway, Lamia, Pyrrhic Victory casualties high, and... Huh. What the heck happened here? It was 1 turn last episode, and now it's 1,000,000 turns. Okay, I guess we can't attack yet anyway, because we don't have the ram built. Maybe I should have attacked with the ghouls after all. Well, not a big deal. I guess we'll wait. You can heal up while in Necromantic Ritual. Alright, game wants to delay us a little bit, but all good. It'll allow Mr. Wallach von Drac to actually go into Wilhelm's army. You are going to... I guess lose another ghoul. We'll replace them eventually, but for now we have to use the unholy lodestones until we have the necromancers. Alright, so join you guys together in one, and you go into this army. Alright, now you've got 2 necromancers. Now we need to get 2 necromancers for Bathilda, and what do we have here? Again, what do we have here? Deranged, Malevolent, and... Deranged. And Corpse Stitcher. Alright, that doesn't really help. We do also have another White King available to us. Crypt Rider, if we choose to get more Black Knights in another army, we'll definitely need those guys. Rotten Warlord, another type with Frenzy that we had before. Cold Iron Armor. Ooh. That makes him significantly stronger. You know what? I like that. Cold Iron Armor. Let's go with Yosar. And he can go into our Pike and Shot army to reduce the costs of the Grave Guard therein. You, sir, Recruiter, can you raise another Ghosty? You can indeed, so pop into Necromantic Ritual. I'll raise another Spirit Host. We're just sort of going to be using Spirit Hosts until we have sufficient capacity to get the various other ghostly units, like Hex Wraiths and Karanes, and I think that should be sufficient. So you can was gonna say channel, but that's not really needed, but I guess you can move a little bit further in channeling, even if you can't go into march stance. New assassin is fine, you're still recruiting, and everything else I guess is fine. Next up, Bathilda. Oh, not Bathilda, we already did ya. Alright, time to get the tech thieves a thieving. Let's see if they can succeed this time. Success, good, good, good. Alright, 2 successes. That's much better than last episode, wherein it wasn't working out so well. 59, come on. Another success. Well done, Statutory Lich Sense. What else do we have here? Undead Researcher. You have just come upon correct Asgal. And I'd like you to see... Wait. Yeah, I'd like you to see if there's anything in Morgheim, and I'd like you to steal from Garrick Asgal. Failure. You broke the streak, man. Okay, and there are indeed rats at Morgheim. Fair enough. Brain Collector has found Silostra and now needs to move this way. Until we find the other undead. Raise dead cost minus 5% faction wide post-battle loot. Interesting. I mean, if we end up coming up here to kill Jean de Bain, which we do have to, but with a super elite army by the looks of it, Grail Guardians and Royal Hippogriff Knights, all probably at max tiers. But we'll deal with it when we get to it. Anyway, I believe nobody else can move, so let's do building upgrades and let's proceed. Gibbet, always. Or Gallows, whatever. I would like to upgrade Eye of the Panther, and considering that's a Gibbet and a Hex Gemstone Pit, that's definitely worthy of our time. Yeah, Charnel Pit here. Barrier Idols, a Death Gorge, it'll be a while until we get the Pillar of Bones, so... gotta get something here. At this tier, there's really nothing that'll give us any capacities of note, so I guess we'll go for the Balefire Brazier. Granite Massif, you can, I guess, upgrade the Lich Yard, but it's not as critical as, for example, Doomglade and Rosetra. Let's go for Charnel Pit, and then we'll go for Gibbet here, and we'll hold off on upgrading you for now. Sunken Kernark and Stormhenge we will continue to ignore. Diplomacy we will not, however. Clan Rictus wants to be friends. The Drowns still want to trade, but we're going to keep an eye on that in case of a possible vassalage. Nothing else. Although, how long will we be waiting? I think they're doing too well. Settlements 11, maybe vassalage is unlikely. Let's just do the trade then. Take their money, take their... I mean, they're going to provide us 875 income per turn? Yeah. That's definitely worth it. Alright, and I believe we're good to go. Oh, we got more money out of that. Do we need more Lich Yards? I mean, we do. But there's probably other stuff that we want to get next turn, so maybe we hold off. Alright, and skip building upgrades, outpost upgrades, not worth it at the current time. Let's end the turn, then let's get Lamia and whatever other thing is next. And oh, damn, I should have switched you. Actually, no, I lied. You can't go back to Necromantic Ritual because you can't attack while doing it, so you would have suffered attrition either way. Darn that Sandstorm region attrition. Not that it's a big deal, mind you. Alright, Scourge of Cain destroyed by Nakari, was it? Disciplinarian for Manny. Manny, you are not going to go for Libaras. I think we're going to head down directly to the Temple of Skulls. And damn, I forgot to have you channel while in that place again. Bit of a hassle. I really should also send an army out to sea to pick up the occasional island. Anyway, Bathilda. Alright, you have one of these now. It's still a Pyrrhic victory, and... Huh, one of the Crypt Horrors will die. Alright, double checking. Is this a bugged place? It doesn't say. Maybe we can attack it. Oh, I'm losing my voice already. I had to take a drink there. I mean, we'll give it a try, I guess. If the Crypt Horrors are going to die, that means probably the battle will be tough enough to be worth fighting, or at least I hope that's the case. Wait, let's just move you two here before I forget. Both of you channel and heal up. You're finally maxed out there, Wilmar, in terms of your channeling. You, Kadan, are not, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. Assassin, you can't move as far as the other assassins, but whatever. Maybe I should have just sent you up north instead, but I guess we'll try to get more assassins. Soul Scent. There's some interesting stuff here. Anyway, you, recruiter, while I have you, go here and transfer some stuff. Ghostly army is nearly ready to go, and we should be able to attack relatively soon with it. Transfer all the ghosties and the Konigstein Stalkers and the Unholy Lodestone. Take the... oh, I guess we can't do it this turn. Because he's recruiting stuff and there's no space. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore it. We just wait the turn. Just wait the turn. Not a big deal. I might have gone overboard on the spirit hosts because we don't have enough space, but all good for now. Bathilda. I don't think we needed to level you, but if we do, it's too late. Go. Alrighty, here we go. We've done the siege against the dwarves. Time to do one against the Tomb Kings as well, and hopefully it won't be bugged, as if it isn't, we should be just fine. Anyway, Bathilda will lead this time, and now she has her flying mount, so she's a considerably bigger threat to the enemy army, generally speaking. We're going to start by annoying just a few of the enemy units up on top of the walls, charge them, knock a few off, and then fly back up. We do have to deal with all of those enemy artillery pieces, after all. That's not good. Oh, okay. I was very concerned there for a second. The game does sometimes get buggy as the flying units can get stuck on walls and sometimes on the ground somehow and such. And ooh, that's a lot of screaming skulls. So hopefully we can make use of the settlement to dodge them, though it'll be a little bit harder. It was a little bit harder against the Ushabti with Great Bow, who did manage to get a few volleys in. Lost a little bit of HP. We should be able to heal ourselves as we head towards those piles of screaming skull catapults to drop zombies upon them, though we do need to wait for at least a few seconds, as we need somebody to start climbing the walls first, and only then will we be able to summon zombies inside the enemy settlement. So, we don't care what happens to our skeleton spears, they're just here as additional meat shields in this particular army, and we're going to send them up those walls, and if they die fighting the enemy tomb guard, well then they die, no problem. Got a few volleys from our Free Company militia border mercenaries out on the enemy. And now it's time to climb, and it's time to summon zombies as well. All 4 of the enemy artillery pieces, and now surrounded by zombies. The enemy will react, however, by sending a Tomb Scorpion and directly at Bathilda. She probably isn't going to care about this too much, but she's too busy to just directly fight the Scorpion, and instead needs to summon a few zombies and then get back to the main line. Our ram has nearly reached the enemy walls, and in fact has begun battering down the enemy gate, which will allow our grave guard with great swords to enter the enemy settlement. And there we go. We're through. Our skeleton spears are getting up onto the walls. Of course, they'll probably get obliterated by the tomb guard here, but they're just here mostly to distract them. After all, we don't want units hanging around the gate here, as we'd rather enter the gate ourselves. There go the grave guard. And another unit of zombies coming in from Bathilda. Just got to keep the summons up and running until the enemy artillery pieces are gone. Not entirely sure why the enemy backed away with the Ushabti. Maybe it's reacting to the zombies summoned, but it does allow the Graveguard and the Black Coaches to get inside the enemy settlement. Gonna charge directly through the enemy tomb guard here and try to get close to the enemy archers. Unfortunately, the enemy will countercharge us with some of its skeleton horsemen, which is good use of them from the enemy, or the Hekara horsemen, whatever. Good use of them from the enemy, as we don't have, well, obviously, they have enough mass to block the Black Coaches off. We're gonna try to push on through, however, and the area around the breach in the gate is also more or less clear. So we should be able to get inside the settlement as soon as this little pile of Nehegara warriors blocking our gigantic crypt horrors is obliterated. Still climbing up on those walls. Unfortunately, the sheer number of troops, 200 in the unit of skeleton spears, is making sure that it takes a long time for the enemy to slowly work through them. Besides, they've got fairly decent stats, 35-45, even if their leadership is basically non-existent. Huh. Our leadership is hurt here as well. 33 on the skeleton spears. 46 on the crypt ghouls, but still very low. 58 on the living units. Huh. Wonder if this is something to do with undead units. Yeah, see, our Graveguard are crumbling despite the fact that they have basically full HP and almost all their units. This was a concern last episode as well, as to what the heck was going on with the leadership there. It looks like the Crypt Horror's leadership is okay at 66. I'm not entirely sure why. If anybody knows, let me know. I don't remember whether this is a change in SFO that just generally makes the undead crumble much easier, which is a possibility, considering all the healing that we have available to us. Even if it does seem a little bit odd to do it this way. Well, regardless, it shouldn't be too much of a problem because we can simply out-heal that damage as needed. There's also probably various anti-leadership effects going. Yeah, hovering back around 30, which is still too low. See, Bathilda is now critical binding. Zombies just get summoned, go into crumbling. Interesting. Well, keep on fighting. Looks like these zombies have been summoned on top of the enemy Spokal Stalkers and Ushabti with Great Bow, as once Bathilda finished the summonings on top of the enemy artillery pieces, she flew here to where the Ushabti with Great Bow were to take revenge, as they did fire upon her when she first entered the city. Black coaches have now probably racked up enough of their Black Nimbus buff in order to get that 40% ward save, and are free to move around and attack whoever they want. In addition to that, we've moved our Free Company militia equivalent, our Lamian border mercenaries, into range. And they will fire from on top of the walls down at all those enemies below. The additional little bit of armor-piercing support should be really helpful, especially at knocking out Ushabti, Spokal Stalkers, mounted units, all of that stuff. That looks good to me. Those guys seem to be firing. These guys are in range. They have tons of range, but they don't seem to be firing nearly as much for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Maybe our units are blocking them off here, but oh well. Huh. And it looks like, interestingly enough, and surprisingly enough, the skeleton spears are simply overwhelming the Tomb Guard up here with their numbers. And while the Tomb Guard have been holding admirably, between the Necromancer and the two Corpse Guards below still providing all of these buffs to our various skeleton spears, and they seem to be pretty okay. Still only 30 leadership on them as compared to, well, the Tomb Guard's leadership have dropped. Ooh, that's a curiosity. I wonder what the standard leadership is. 63 on the skeleton archers here. Siege Defender is giving them an extra 10, so it's 53. And 53 is a lot higher than the 30 that we have on our skeleton units. So it's not a matter of undead. Well, whatever. Not a big deal. Maybe I should really look into spending that one skill point on every lord. Not the Aura of Dark Majesty, the Dark Pact or the Something Pact that gives it +5 leadership when attacking. I think our units are gonna need it. With Mannfred, I wish he's so point hungry that every single point spent makes me concerned about running out of points. But well, whatever. What can you do? Anyway, Crypt Horrors are making their way forward. I do believe the enemy is almost ready to shatter. The bounce power is at about 95% in our favor now. Feral Strigoi, together with some zombies, have found whatever enemy units or whatever ranged enemy units remain and are preventing them from firing. And now it's just a matter of time as we obliterate them and force whatever fighters remain to melt away. I really gotta get those other bloodline units up and running so that we can have 4 of these Feral Strigoi in this particular army, and I guess, well, just have the maximum number of all of the bloodline units to mess around with. Alright, skeleton archers nearly done. Whatever other units remain in this big old blob are nearly done. Those tomb guard overwhelmed at last by the massive pile of skeleton spears. And just out of curiosity, skeleton spears are 200. Do we have any zombies on field? Zombies are 220. So the skeletons are nearly as numerous as the zombies are, which is pretty solid. The grave guard are at 120, so almost half of the number. You can certainly mob enemies with just sheer numbers of skeletons, and we could probably have them act as follower armies just the same as zombies as well. And probably have a few follower armies running around. Anyway, a very nice fight. Alright, very nice. Looks like 26 losses, but I mean, that's accounting for all the healing we do while fighting, so who knows. I do wish that the vampires would essentially just like have another little, I don't know, stat line, I guess, that also said how many units you lost during the battle, as opposed to how many you ended up with at the end. But anyway, Featherfoot Torque might be useful to our flyers, and we will occupy the place and acquire the... Bathilda, you don't need that. We'll give that to somebody else and acquire the corpse card for Peter Barrickmere. Yeah, I guess. And acquire the 6th Book of Nagash, giving us experience for Necros and wins a magic power reserve for everybody, which is quite nice. Once again, we'll give this a read once we have all the books so that we have the entire story. Wilhelm, you can, I guess, proceed down to Libar, so I guess both of you can proceed down to Libaras and wipe these guys out. We'll be starting a war with Clan Moors probably pretty soon, but we need to make sure that we have units up here to actually, you know, deal with it. Otherwise, let's see who else needs to do things. I guess it's once again a matter of moving the tech thieves around and the assassin. Or assassins now, I guess. Are you still unable to? Yeah, still unable to do anything. Alright, try damaging walls again. And success, and assassinate 3% success chance. Let's get that. Alright, eventually they'll be able to assassinate some jerks. We have to move everybody else around as well. Waldekir, you are going to go into one of these armies nearby, so go this way. Undead Researcher, you. Go here. And Failure, darn, what about you? Steel Tech and a success for Body Snatcher. Body Snatcher, you can get an upgrade to Steel Tech as well. Copyright Infringement, Dragonhorn Mines, Grave Robber Echrond. Success and success, but no corpse card reward for you, buddy, sorry. It does nothing for you on field. You did both level up as well, so that's another point in wound, should we need to actually assassinate characters, and you can steal tech. Once they have sufficient points of tech thievery done, then they can start wounding people as they do. Steel tech as well for you. Suntree Glades versus Quaishotl, 70-30, 26-4 versus 70-30, 26-4, because it's the same. And Deceitful, very nice. I will not betray you, to quote the necromancers there. It always amuses me. Anyway, you sir, go find Heinrich Kemmler. I hope that he's still alive. +1 vampire corruption. Okay, so he has at least 1 territory left. Ooh, he might be so damaged that he'd be willing to go into a quick confederation, which would be swell. Although we're already doing the ghost stuff, I guess he can also have ghosts. Anyway, Manny, you are stuck where you are. I guess it's time to build some buildings, as we like to do. So, let's check what's missing. Ooh, Casa Bar, ready to go up to tier 4. We're doing it right now. It's stupidly expensive, but tier 4 will give us access to Cairn Wraiths, Hex Wraiths, Vargulfs, potentially Blood Dragon Warriors, although, to be fair, very few of them. Forbidden Library, and Mortis Engines. Oh, yes. Gotta get that tier 4 ASAP. It's just too good. Other stuff we won't be able to afford now, unfortunately, but, well, what can you do? Gibbets, Gallows, etc., everywhere we can. And I guess Pigment Grinder's Workshop. It's a little bit expensive, but, you know, we could really use a Skull Island right now. I mean, you could really use a Skull Island pretty much always, but anyway. Gibbet as well, and Lamia, we don't need this stuff. And we need the Gem Mine, and we need to try to get to that Hall of Rebirth as fast as possible. Ooh. Hall of Rebirth. Before Nagash cursed the land, this was a beautiful palace garden. Now its undead masters use it to conduct rituals, promising a different kind of rebirth altogether. Fun. Alright. Southern Badlands Stormhenge. I guess you can collect a tiny bit of cash. Better than nothing. And I'm still not upgrading you too. Alright. Unassigned skill points, building upgrades available. Diplomacy check. I will do it next turn. All good. I assume Bathilda will be able to reach Libar, so now I probably should have assigned those skill points. Quick Head Taker. Oh, it's a non-aggression pact. I was expecting a war declaration, but non-aggression pact. No, I think Queeky knows what's coming. Once again, I'm assuming he's holding Karakate Peaks, and we can't let him have that. And he's also in the territory with Nagashazar, and we have to have Nagashazar. Nearly as much as the books. Hey, High Queen Kalida's back. I don't remember. What's her defeat trait again? In SFO, anyway. Kalida Never Living. Charge bonus when in foreign territory, eh? That doesn't really help, does it? I mean, the charge bonus on the Black Coaches is already insane. I guess we get additional charge on the Crypt Ghouls, who have surprisingly low charge. Alright, you. Switch to Vampiric Channeling. Also pick up a point. Guess we gotta go through Children of the Night, eh? Once again, we do want Curse of Ushoran, but it's gonna take a while to get that. You know what, let's get 1 point in the Hunger, just in case. I don't see this guy dying, but who knows? You never know what happens. You will want to max out Raise Dead and then hit Evasion, but afterwards start moving into Let Them Roam and Stash of Organs to power up the ghouls further. I mean, we also do want to get replenished troops on you guys. Maybe we get at least 1 point in Wind of Death just in case. Frankly, it's good to go all the way into Arcane Conduit, but you know. Anyway, go here. Let's see if Kalida tries to run or whether she stays. It is her last settlement. Alright. And we will, of course, reinforce to Leech XP. Like so. I believe that doesn't force her to abandon port. Nope. Alright. Auto-resolve. Nobody will die by the looks of it. And fare thee well to High Queen Kalida. Occupy. Alright, and another diplomatic relations increase as well. Obsidian Amulet. Ooh, good for our Necros. Court of Libara's destroyed. Well, that was always going to be the case. We're going to go into Repress Mortals here. I guess we could still build the spices. It's only going to take 1 turn. We could still probably build the gemstone and the gibbet here as well. Lovely. Alright, what do we have next? Manny. Go for the Temple of Skulls, please. I don't imagine that it's well enough defended for you to actually warrant a fight yet. It's mostly skink skirmishers and they're not going to defend against this. Occupy right away. And another carrion, good. Another crone, you don't need that, but we'll probably give it to somebody. What I'm curious about is what we have here. Aha. We have Hex Wraiths here. We have capacity for 2 of them, eh? Alright, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to raise a lord to essentially carry them over there. It's interesting that we can see Hex Wraiths here, but we don't have Cairn... Oh, it's because we're at 2 out of 2 in terms of Cairn Wraiths. Alright, fine. Master Necromancers. Cooldown for Raise Dead. Growth. Huh. It's not bad as another potential recruiter, I guess. Overlord control for our own province, but control isn't probably as valuable as growth is to us right now. Undying Hunter and Alpha Ghoul. Which ain't too bad, especially if we don't use it specifically for ghouling, but for bats and Vargulfs. Vargulfs are in the lore known to work together with ghouls as well, so and that does make sense. Anyway, let's go for you. You're the least expensive ones as well, so growth. Ghoulish Physician. 1,500, damn. Yeah, lords get more and more expensive over time as well, so you can be a recruiter as well. And we will have Mannfred... Wait, does Mannfred have anything that actually reduces his Raise Dead costs directly? Just out of curiosity. His Raise Dead is 1,200, your Raise Dead is 1,240. Yeah, basically not really. So we can just have you get the Hex Wraiths coming in. and then pop them into this army. I wasn't expecting we'd get hex rates this soon, so I'm very happy about this. Kadon and Wilmar, you're here for one more turn until you heal up, and it's another frickin' rebel army. Go figure. But whatever, it works for us for now. I'm almost tempted to ignore this and go for Clan Moors. Maybe that would be better if we attack them from various sides at the same time, because once again, it's inevitable that we'll get into a big old war with them. Gustav Grigorovich, yes, okay, so, you guys... Who's Waldekir Gearhoff? Oh yeah, you're gonna... Okay, wait. Bagar. Blood Dragon, Bloodblind, Frederick von Karlsbruck. Yes. And you are going to be using... Huh. So they have... Not Doomride. Ah, here it is. Grave Sentinels. Upkeep production for Graveguard. It's not one of these traits, it's one of these traits. And together, what can we combine that with? Is there anything that we would want to combine it with? Maybe armor plus 10? I'm gonna say armor plus 10, because we're not using ghosts and stuff in this particular army. Alright, we're gonna go for Castellan, for our pike and shot guy. And then we are going to trade all of this, take the zombie pirate gunnery mob handguns, like so. And it's probably too many spirit hosts, but nothing else is going to change there, at least not right now, so yeah, do that. And then, what do we have here, incidentally? We will probably need more corpse carts until we get sufficient necros as well, so raise another unholy lodestone. Go into necromantic ritual. Raise an unholy lodestone. All to be replaced by necros, guys, don't worry. Like so, then Waldekir, you're moving to Frederick's army, and then you are going to be moving to Frederick's army as well, so go right here. Frederick, you are going to get, say, 4 more Graveguard, well, for now.
More sleep shines.
Alright, and there's these guys. Can we raise an unholy lodestone here? No, but there's probably somewhere nearby that we can. Where's the biggest battle marker nearby? Here, there's one here maybe? Go to Khemri. See about that battle marker. Alright, and then you can continue... Ooh, we got 101 allegiance with these guys again. You could put Ushabti with Great Bow in them, but it doesn't quite work with the pike and shot theme. 15 for zombie pirate gunnery mob with handguns, which is quite a bit, admittedly. But the carronades and stuff are cheap. Alright, I haven't done a count of how much we need of everything, so we'll deal with it later. Your zombie pirate gunnery mob handgunners are... Alright, fine, you know what? Do 2 carronades, and you do 1, 2... I'll do 3. I'll do 6. At least for now. I would prefer to have some deck gunners, but I don't know how long it'll be until we actually get them available. And we might want to actually replace 2 of the zombie pirate gunnery mobs with handguns later on with a couple of deck droppers with handguns. They're quite good and they should have a much better angle for us in terms of firing. Anyway, you 2 are stuck where you are. Gustav Grigorovich, you... Alright, so if one thing you need is another Banshee, but I guess we can wait a little bit on that. You're going down to fight Wurzag. And some of these units are obviously going to have to leave your army. The Karen race, the Hex race, oh right, we need to get the Chill guys, but I guess we can wait on it for now. Start moving southward. Like so. And we'll need to get you Necros as well as other things. Alright, speaking of Necros, what do we have here? Nothing new, or at least nothing useful. It's alright, we'll get there. And I believe that's it. Alright, Assassins. Let's see if we can't succeed a little bit. Yo. Well, we can't break those walls down anymore. Can you now succeed at any of the assassinations? No, chances 0. Chances 1%. Okay. What about you? Nope, it's still basically 7. I know that these guys are low levels, but damn. This is gonna take some effort. Ooh, there's probably some good stuff we can raise there, who knows? Alright, what about here? Nothing we can do. Oh, assassins. This isn't quite working for me. Alright, since you don't have the extra success chance, you just have the ghost lights, I think we're going to delete you. I really do like the extra campaign movement range, but you know, chance to succeed is more important. Huh, you know what we could do? Wait. Let's see here. You actually have a better chance to assassinate here. You know what? Maybe these two can work together to betray Volkmar. And with these two armies at once before we go after Wurzag, it'll sort of allow them to fight without opening up another front, which it might be a little bit early to do so. So let's do this, and let's do this. I probably should have applied your skill point, but it's too late. Steel tech. Everybody near us is just so annoyed at us. Just stealing everybody's tech. Oh, somebody failed. Disappointing. You are going to go for steel tech. Yes, good. And Undead Researcher, you are going to go for wound. And do you have the night? Is that you who got the nightmare? Yes. No, thank you. I wonder if there's any ancillaries that would be useful to us. Alright, statutory Lich Sense, you can try Sentry Glades again. 35 and 5, that's more than it was before. 34 and 6, not entirely sure why, but all good. Especially all good when you actually succeed. Beautiful. Steel tech. And how are we doing here? 393, getting better. This just went from 4 to 3, so it's a fairly significant buff. Let's get it down to 1. You, go find Heinrich Kemmler. Probably found Bellicor there, but, well. And I do see that he's still alive. I would also like to see if there's anything we're missing here. No, alright, let's do building, let's go next turn. Keep those armies pumping out troops. You're fine, Cracked Land. You have the Gallows maxed out. Ooh, Black Tower of Arcan can go to next tier, but it's probably not as high priority as some other stuff. I guess we're gonna go for another Charl Pit. We need more Necros, ever more Necros. Alhaik and Fyrus ignored for now. This place, ignore the Lich Yard for now. You two. Yeah, fine, upgrade both Lich Yards. What about you? Is that just upgrade the Lich Yard, whatever. And you. Can't say no to more Necro capacity, and then you, of course, are going to get the Cursed Fields in the Temple of Skulls. Still not time to upgrade either of these two, and we still have at least a little bit of money remaining. We could go for the Ossuaries now, or, you know what, let's upgrade Alhaik. That's a tier 3 port and a tier 3 salt as well, plus its upkeep reduction faction-wide. You two, okay, you know what, let's upgrade the Ossuary here, and we're going to get the blood taxes in the Land of the Dead, because it's our money-making province. Next up, Diplo. Clan Rictus, Musia, Not willing to confederate. We could trade with them for now. They'll probably give us a decent amount of cash for it.
What does my bloodline require?
I would like the Red Duke, so I would prefer to confederate him rather than vassalize him. Alright, let's take his money. Let's take his trade. And we'll see about that confederation when possible. Anybody else willing to trade? Clan Rictus and Disciples of the Maw are nearly dead, eh? We could at least temporarily trade with Clan Rictus. They're kind of fighting clan wars and stuff, so they should love us, and they will probably pay us a fair bit of money. Until we betray them. Inevitably. Let's do it. Hopefully they don't have too much territory. Their strength rank 84 though, so I sincerely doubt it. Alright, that looks good. Disciples of the Maw we're not going to trade with for now. Dran, Musion, Confederation, and Last Defender's Peace, not going to happen. Alright, that gave us a little bit more cash, so that means a little bit more expenditure, and I guess that does mean we can upgrade the Black Tower of Arcan to tier 3 after all. Lovely. And just build the ossuary here. Just so I don't have to see it every single turn over and over and over and over again. Lord not moved unsigned skill points, and we're good to end the turn and proceed. Okay, you need to enter your stance, so just wait. Wait to transfer those hex rates. And once again, I do gotta say, it's good that we're doing the points, or we're advancing some turns like this, because it's allowing us to get closer to more elite units as well, so that we don't win the entire campaign with just non-elite units. I have a bad habit of overdoing the aggression and sort of winning before we get to like tier 4. I mean, there's been many a campaign where it's been like tier 3 and the map is basically ours already, so just gotta hold off a teensy bit. Wait, did we get you couple of corpse carts or no, Frederick? You have the 1. Probably get another one here somewhere, so we don't need another one there. Thanatologist is back, and there it is. Technology researched. Finally. Alright, you. You are going to take the Kitab al-Azif from the other recruiter. We're going to swap them around, and obviously you need the Gravedigger as well, who should also be on the other recruiter. like so. Then you're going to pop off into Necromantic Ritual stance, and then you're going to raise us a couple of nice, friendly Hex Wraiths. Oh, just the... Oh, we're 0 out of 1. Well, it's still better than none, so let's do that. And we'll raise the Chillgeist where needed. And I think there's nothing else we need to raise here. By the looks of it. Alright, fine. Travel with the 1 Hex Wraith, easier than building it after all, and go this way. Manny, go southward, at least for now. And oh damn, I forgot to channel outside of the settlement again. We really need the upgrades on our Necros so that I don't have to do this anymore. And if you're wondering about Manny going south, I think it's not a big deal, because while we will still go up here, obviously, we maybe want to get the defeat traits of Kairos and Teclis. Manny does like that, does like all that magical knowledge after all, so it does make sense for him as well. Also, just head towards Serpent Coast. You're going to heal up to... Oh, actually, I shouldn't have done that. Eh, whatever, too late. All good. Won't matter. Kadan von Senkenhof and Wilmar of the Thousand Wings. Yeah, just ignore Galbaraz for now. We're going to head to the... we're going to head to the rats.
Bring it all to me.
I do like being surrounded by enemies. It is quite fun. Bathilda and Wilhelm. You don't need to push down here because the territory isn't super wide, so Manny can take care of it himself, at least for now. So you two will go into channeling and then proceed northward, wherein you will start your fight against the rats there, or fights against the rats there. You're also both rapidly losing your mana. Minus 12 province wins, damn. Well, that's unfortunate for us. Constantly gotta be in channeling stance, but at the same time it does feel appropriate for vamps, you know? Alright, you two. And just stick around, wait until we've got these armies up and running. Maybe a couple more Graveguard. Let's build 2 more here. Ooh. Temporarily. They're not gonna stay in this army, but Blood Dragon, Bloodline, we got those knights. I feel like we should pop them in here. Next up, wait, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 2 Carronades a coming, and I don't know, get 2 mortars? We won't have space for everything, will we? Okay, maybe 6 Graveguard. I still won't have space. Because we'll need Necromancers. Alright, just do 2 mortars, we'll do some Necros, and speaking of Necros, take a look at you. Another Witherer, nice. Alright, let's pop you in here immediately. Starting at rank 8 as well, which is nice. And you start on your Nightmare, but not on your Corpse Guard, but fortunately you should be able to level up to it rather quickly. Let's do your points. Curse of Undeath, Raise Dead, Invocation of Nehek, and... let's go Evasion. We'll go replenish troops afterwards, of course, but we need to make sure that these guys don't die. Gustav... You know what, we probably will need to remove at least 1 Spirit Host. So we'll do so right now. Oh, 3 Spirit Hosts, because they're going to get replaced by Hex Wraiths. Well, 2. There we go. Alright, next up. Ooh, right. Tex. Inherit the Empire will give us research rate and... what is this? Income from all buildings plus 20% versus the Midnight Aristocracy, which will probably make it easier to confederate our allies. I'm going to say start with that and then move into Inherit the Empire afterwards. Then we'll probably start upgrading our ghouls and other such units in terms of their capabilities. Assassin. Can you get anybody here? Not block army, though. Really like to betray these guys now, but not yet, I guess. You go this way, Thanatologist. You can stay here. 71, that's a little better. There we go. Our tech thievery has just gotten a significant upgrade with that technology, so we should expect more successes, which means more techs, which means better and more elite units shortly. Alright, ended researcher. Let's do it. Nobody better fail after you just got a 10% increase to your capabilities. Alright, success, success, failure. Oh, come on, copyright infringement. You were the best one. How could you fail us? Wound for you. How many turns do we have? 4? Not good enough. Get them up all over 10 and then we'll start using them to assassinate. Alright. And Waldekir Gierhoff. Oh, you're also supposed to go into this army. We really won't have a lot of space. What did I overdo? Maybe two, maybe, you know what? Forgo the mortars, for now.
Everything dies.
I'll figure it out. Let's do that. And maybe one necromancer. Just not enough space for everything. Anyway, we can maybe use a couple of Necrofex Colossi as artillery pieces. Maybe that's the way to do it. And you need Necros, but everything else is fine. Alright, sorry about the admin, guys, but I think it'll be worth it in terms of getting K. You know, Recruiter, you don't need to do anything anymore. At least not here. We could send you to... You know what, just stick around here. Or, you know what, go to the Black Pyramid. Or actually, wait, did I lie? I did lie, you should stay in Casabar because we have tier 4 coming there. Alright, Brain Collector. Land here. Where are you going? Oh, nice battle markers around Kuran as well. Go find Kem. Lots of battle markers. Hey, hello. Damn, not super likely as yet, but likely to trade, and we should get that up and running immediately until he's ready to confed. At least our relationship with him is growing. Might as well take a look at diplomacy while we're here, but it looks like there isn't much. Last Defenders, Mousillon, Vassalage is kind of okay. Huh, Drowned Vassalage is at 45, eh? Join war against Decadent Host and Heralds of Ariel. Ha! That would allow us to vassalize them. We're not going to, at least not right now, because the issue is that if we do, they will get mobbed by all these elves, which we can't have. I also noticed that Arcan is becoming useful. He's sailed out to this location. Also, are you able to capture this? No, because it's probably full of those darn rats. Alright, let's declare war on Clan Spittle then. Let them take that location. Where's Clan Spittle? Sorry, Spittle. Declare war. Yes. Now we can have our allies occupy the location. Keep gathering that territory for us. Serve Mannfred well. And he still probably won't reward you in any significant way. But anyway, you should just be happy to serve him, is what he'll say, I'm sure. Assassin. I guess we could go down here and break walls at Quaixotel to try to level you, because there's nothing you can do. Now stay here, maybe assassinate one of these guys. I think we can't assassinate allied units. I mean, we can't try because it might hurt our reliability. Not 100% on it, but, no. Anyway, Bitter Spirit, Ghost Lights, and Wailing Spectre. No, we want the one that gives us more of that scream or whatever it is. Barrow Scream or something along those lines. Anyway, looks like we're good. Let's do building, and then let's proceed. Not to worry, we'll have battles, guys. Great of the Walking Dead, hello. More trade goods. How's our trade looking? Pretty okay, 4.2k. Not comparable to a trade-focused faction, mind you, but still not bad. Southern Badlands and Sunken Kernark. You know what? Let's upgrade them to tier 2. They're gonna take many turns after all. You can upgrade yourself as well. And you know what? Maybe it's time to start building those blood taxes despite the growth reduction in adjacent provinces. It's just going to bother me to see this incomplete every single turn, you know? Let's just do it. And it's only in one province after all. Unassigned skill points and turn. And we're up to 3 blood kisses once again. If I'm recalling correctly, Queek also has a very nice defeat trait with regards to reducing the costs of upkeep. I think. Hellkeek, oh, he wants peace immediately. Sorry, buddy. No, you have to die. As unfortunate as it may be. Feel bad for the little guys. Marshes of Madness. Oh. Did we start collecting income? We did. Alright, uncollect the income, I guess. The unhappy populace is probably, I guess, hurting us slightly. Anyway, let's see. Do we have a battle on hand? Alright, let's get moving to Volkmar. Or at least get us close to him as possible. Now you're plus 29 here. What are you here? Plus 15? No, go here. And you two will both channel, and we'll attack him next turn. And you, Lothar Lichmore, fantastic. You can join this army as well. I really want to see those handguns and Graveguard in combo. And to some degree the Scarlet, well actually to a great degree the Scarlet Knights as well. And you still have space for one more unit, which I guess could be a mortar if you really like. I'll think about it. Technically speaking, we may want more artillery or something. Anyway, Recruiter, you sit in Bagar. Assassin, you wait to assassinate next turn, hopefully. And we definitely attack next turn and have a massive fight. We have 3 full stacks led by Volkmar here. We could screw him over by borrowing his army, but I think we'll allow him to stay as he is just to have a nicer fight, you know? Auto resolve. Occupy. Alrighty, and this time I won't forget, head outside of the settlement and start channeling. Lovely. Recruiter, bring those Hex Wraiths where they need to be. Go, go, go. You guys, keep channeling and start moving towards... Oh, okay, go right to the edge of this. Channel for one more turn, and then we are going to start on Clan Wars shortly. Still need more stuff for Bathilda, but she can also fight on her own, so she's fine, she's fine. She just needs Necros, really. Speaking of Necros, Morbid Curiosity. Looks like we got another Tech Thief to our name, and... where do we send this one? I feel like there's not enough space down here, so let's go for more Clan Wars thievery. Morbid Curiosity. No Nightmare for you immediately. Let's go Specialist, let's go Steel Tech, let's go Wound, and take off your Nightmare. And rename you. I could have renamed from that menu, but all good. And you can be, let's say, Bone Collector. Lovely. Alright, anything else we need to do? Wilmar and Kadan, you are approaching the rats now. I mean, you will suffer attrition here, but you won't suffer attrition here. You know what? It'll cost a little bit of mana, but I'd like to move towards Moors faster. Just so we can start on them, and we'll have Bone Collector identify if there's anybody in Floating Village like there are here. Alright, go, go, go. Alright, one heavy admin episode, guys, give me that, and I promise I'll make it worth your while. As we go along, I mean, Thanatologist, you can't go here, but you can hit the Deadhead Monoliths or the Statues of the Gods. You can go for Sentry Glades. Success, very nice. And I think the only one that still needs to move is the Brain Collector, who I guess now will move while stealing tech from the living, but also... Ooh, what do we have here? Upkeep for Graveguard Black Knights, very nice. We are going all the way to Vlad. Which is going to take a while. Frankly, it might be faster to have one of these guys travel up there. Yeah, but he can steal tech while he does so. And actually, speaking of, Specialist, there you go, buddy. Make good use of it. All right. One more turn of building, and then we fight a massive, absolutely massive battle. These are 3,000, so I'm going to hold off on those. Let us upgrade the ossuary. We will also upgrade Carrick Zorn. Got to get that gold mine up and running to the max. Def Gorge, it's tier 4 unfortunately, so we're going to prioritize Gorgazan and the iron therein. And that's all the money we have. At least the admin was quick, which means we can skip, and ignore diplomacy, just go end turn. Alright, Volkmar. Krucker, you want peace? We do not. Honestly, I would have loved to have some lizard vassals, but it wouldn't have worked with all of our undead vassals, unfortunately. Alright, here we are. Scheme of Doom, that's a lot of Schemes of Doom. Nemesis Crown changes hands, but not to worry. Or shouldn't it be changes heads? Oh, it is changes heads. Ha! I assumed it was changes hands and I read it wrong. And oh, are you guys just slightly out of range? No, it looks like you're just in range, assuming Volkmar doesn't run. So, you're going right here. Wait. 2 things we need to do. First of all, cancel vassalage. To -239. He would have attacked us anyway, so. Alright, and we'll declare war on you in a second. No more outposts. Then... Yes, can still reach this. We will level up the Banshee. Increase mobility. Ooh, Chilling Aura, enemy miscast. Oh, that's not going to do anything. At least not right now. And you, Aldecare. I'm not going to bother with itemization right now because I think I've talked enough. Talked enough outside of battle, I mean. Assassin. What do we have here? 45% positive outcome, not a huge chance of success. What about this? 44, 35. Alright, give it a try with this guy. All those warrior priests. Come on, assassin. Hey, there you go. You did it. Another point in assassinate. Lovely. And then declare war.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely, yes. Alrighty, pike and shot. I've been waiting for this. Pike and shot and ghosts. All of that is nice. 3 stacks versus 2. Let's see who pulls ahead here. Valiant defeat, casualties high. That's what I like to see. They've got artillery and not too much of it. We got a little bit. I love it. Go. Oh, we also lack casting and healing, but well, that's just gonna keep it interesting. Alright, here we go. Debut battle for our Blood Dragon Bloodline Lord, as well as our Pike and Shot army. Combination of Graveguard with halberds in addition to all of those zombie pirate gunnery mob handgunners. And I can't wait to see them in action. I would, well, one issue is that the handgunners don't have nearly as much range here as they would, well, as the enemy handgunners do. So we do have to get a little bit closer to the enemy than we'd perhaps like, and probably while under fire, but worth it. And at least these guys are relatively cheap. Plus, we do have a couple of cannons, so while we advance, we have a little bit of artillery fire to help us out. Of course, the carronades and the, basic artillery are kind of but they should be pretty good at knocking out large units at least. So, for example, those Empire Knights, if we can continue to get decent shots on them. In addition to that, this is also the first battle of the Scarlet Knights, who are somewhere between Black Knight and Blood Dragon. I don't remember what SFO described these guys as. I think they... Blood of the Blood Dragon. I think they called them essentially neophytes. Basically, Blood Knights in training. Still using the Black Knight steeds, great weapons, still looking pretty good though, and I like the capes as well. Very stylish unit, you gotta admit, and you gotta love the balefire on those Black Knight mounts. Anyway, these guys are gonna head around the enemy army. It's not like we have more than one unit of cav in this particular army, though it is certainly something to consider. Though I'm more likely than not, rather than use cav here, I think we'll probably, if our allies tech towards them, use zombie pirate gunnery mobs, rotting Promethean gunnery mobs rather, instead, because they can fire and act as defenders as well, because this is a much more static sort of army. That's the theory anyway. We'll see how it performs in battle, generally speaking. Anyway, still looping around the enemy with the Scarlet Knights there. Maybe it'll warrant charging into the enemy Empire Knights and see how we do against them there. There we go. These guys will probably be whacking away at each other for a while, but they have lances and we have great swords, so we should definitely have the advantage there. We are now under fire as the enemy have 198 range compared to our only 145, but we're starting to set up our shots as well. And everybody's getting into position, and there we go. Our zombie pirates and gunnery mob handguns have begun firing as well. That's what I like to see. There we go. Now that's a nice undead empire. Alright, an enemy have pikemen of their own, or had pikemen of their own in many a case here, as they get shot up by our units of handguns. There we are. Armor piercing's a little bit wasted on those guys, but looks fine to me. And of course we send out a few zombies to annoy the enemy as well. Lovely to see our army looking all nice and organized compared to the enemy. A little bit of that cannon support coming in as well. Looks like we've also got our reinforcements arriving on the field now as well. So all of our ghosties, our spirit hosts, our sirens, our Cairn wraiths, not hex wraiths as yet, but we do also have the first battle for the Spellbreakers, unique Necroarch unit, which are kind of scythe-wielding skeletal warriors, and they have magical attacks and bleed damage on them, plus an anti-caster ability as well. We'll make an army with them, maybe combine them with Morn Ghouls, perhaps, later on. Anyway, back to it. Ooh, looks like Volkmar has made his way forward and is distracting at least one of our units of handguns, but fortunately the others are firing while our pikes hold the ground. And as long as there's our Necroarch running on in. Gotta love the speed that SFO gives to vampires, because vampires should damn well and be as quick as horses, or at least nearly so. But anyway, looks like our halberds are doing good at holding the line. Alright, see if we can't get a few more volleys into the enemy, though it looks like the way to these guys has at least been partly cleared. Maybe a nice little bit of a shootout between their handguns and our handguns. Though it looks like the enemy reinforcements are here at last, and that is a lot of reinforcements coming in. And got to change up our formation a little bit. Our left flank will sort of shift to deal with the enemy, get a few more volleys out on them. But while the enemy infantry piles will overwhelm our pikes if we're not careful. Lots of those flagellants that Volkmar likes to bring with their massive melee attack at 65. And we only got 46 melee defense. Really need a corpse cart here for the halberds to hold. Oh, nice cannon shot right into the center of that. Gotta back off though. And be careful about getting charged by the rest of these flagellants. Come on, get a couple volleys off on them with the handguns. There we go. But they're still running. What's their missile? 20% missile resistance and 15% physical. Yeah, hence they can resist a fair few of these shots. I'm going to send the Konigstein Stalkers to intercept these guys. Ooh, it looks like one of our Graveguard units is heavily damaged here. We're going to have to heal it up with our Necro and hope that the summoned zombies act as enough of a meat shield to allow these guys to heal up while they hold off the massive tide of Empire units, at least on this flank. The other flank is being completely overrun by ghostly units now, which is what we've been waiting for, and then whatever enemy units remained in the center are getting hit in the back by ghosts. And this also allows some of our gunners to shoot the enemy in the back while the ghosts press them from the other side. And I suppose since we don't have magical damage, we're not as afraid of friendly fire on the ghostly units, because they can physically resist most of it. Looks like enemy warrior priest about to go down, surrounded by Cairn wraiths and halberds. Not a great place to be, as every single thing here has a ton of armor piercing. There we go. Alright. And at least in the center of the line, our halberds held very, very nicely, and our handgunners are working nicely with them as well, even if relatively short range. Still a ton of enemies coming in over here, and we're going to need to try to send at least a few of our faster-moving spirit hosts, or just general ghostly units, towards the enemy range, as we can't have them focusing us down too much. And they're yelling, "Kill the Necromancer," which is absolutely what they should be trying to do, and to be fair, it is generally what the AI does try to do. Alright, we do have the... let's see. Ooh, down to 3840 melee defense. Really need that corpse cart here. Too bad this Necromancer does not have one. There's a corpse cart, and drawing near. And ghosties are also still in the fight. Some of them are getting hurt, but fortunately ghosties have, well, the spirit hosts have recovery, and I do believe, wait, sirens have either ravenous hunger or recovery as well. Yeah, they have recovery as well. Cairn wraiths do not, however. They'll need to be healed, but these guys are the ones that are going to be taking the damage. There we go. And I do believe our Banshee is right here as well. I think she did actually manage to kill off an Empire captain while in the midst of this. She's exactly the same size as the enemy Sirens, so kind of hard to spot in the middle of the fray other than the very, very slightly different color scheme. And the fact that her weapon, interestingly, doesn't glow, whereas the Sirens' weapons do. Wonder why that is. I feel like it should maybe be the other way around, considering the Banshees are heroes. Anyway, balance of power is finally in our favor after a fairly long battle. The Halberds still holding back the enemy tide here now with the support of a corpse cart. Their stats are back up to where they should be, 46-51. Konigstein Stalkers have been fighting one-on-one against this unit of Flagellants for a while now, though the debuffs are really hurting them. But that's alright. We can heal them up as needed, and help them out by firing into those Flagellants if needed as well. Time to move up those handgunners once more and start volleying into enemy range units as well as the enemy lords, see how much damage we can do. Just gotta be careful of more Flagellants charging us. Speaking of Flagellants charging, unfortunately the Spirit Hosts of the 2 units that went here to disrupt the enemy range, one of them is now heavily damaged. The Scarlet Knights have been running around in the background, annoying enemy range units as well, but it does look like some of the reinforcements have brought a couple of units of enemy Empire Knights. We gotta turn and charge the Empire Knights and face off against them once more. We do know that over time the great weapon-wielding Scarlet Knights are superior and will win the day against these guys. But there are 2 of them if we're not careful. You just gotta see where the other unit goes. Otherwise, it looks like the enemy's main line is on the verge of collapse, or at the very least their non-Doom Cultist units. And the Flagellants, of course, will have to kill to a man, but that's probably just the way we'd have it, because everyone killed is another corpse raised to fight for us. Alright, handguns still firing away at the Flagellants that are chasing other units around. It does look like the enemy Empire Knights are still kind of wheeling around. And a small charge into those Spirit Hosts, and then back away. Alright, time for the Halberds to march forward. This is where our lords and heroes are concentrated. A Necromancer, a Blood Dragon Lord, as well as our White King, sort of the center of our line. Ooh, the Empire Knights have backed off and are avoiding all of our melee units, trying to rush the gap in order to close with all of our units of handgunners. And does look like we managed to just barely stop them with a couple of units of Halberds, and then start the gunnery. There we go, handguns going, Empire Knights taking heavy damage, losing about 50% of their HP rather rapidly. The Cavalry Bane from those Halberdiers helped them out as well by slowing the enemy down, and by the looks of it, these Knights will be unable to get to the handguns. Very nice. Or will they just be able to get to them? No, they are shattered and they're done. In fact, by the looks of it, the entire enemy army is shattered, and the balance of power, well, yeah, obviously, if the balance of power shifts and the enemy shatters, and the battle is ours, and a very nice battle as well. I really enjoyed that. Can't wait to see more from this army, and we'll modify it slightly as needed once we get whatever units. I guess that's true for both of these armies, because they're both on the verge of completion, but not quite complete. Slaneshi giggle. Yeah, we got another Scab's Craft out of that. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. A really fun fight. I really enjoyed that, and would you look at that? 2 units died and neither one of them rose again from the grave. Come on now, game. Nice to see those handguns in action, all hovering, except this one for some reason. Oh, actually no. All hovering at about 20,000 damage, all pretty much even. I think it's alright. It's not necessarily a hugely big issue that one of them died, because they are very close range, and of course we don't have access to gunnery whites to sort of power them up significantly, so it's deck gunners that we'll want. 348 kills on one of these Graveguard units, very nice. And out of curiosity, how did we do here? 32k damage on the Scarlet Knights, Blood Dragons as well. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. And the Ghosties did fine too. Good for them. Minus that one unit of spirit hosts that died, but we were going to replace it with a necromancer anyway, so that's fine. That's just fine. We can heal up, but I think these guys are probably severely damaged enough that we don't really need to. Let's return the captives. Alright, and the remnants of Volkmar's army will run away. Ooh, we won't be able to reach it anyway. You... It's gonna leave by the port, that's funny. That'll just make it easier for us to occupy Sudenburg. Very Sudenly. Well, the sudden but inevitable betrayal was very Suden as well. Barded skeletal steed, corpse-scarred Grimsbane. That's what we want on our pikes. Lovely. Now, our resolve will not kill off any of our units by the looks of it, meaning we can take control of Sudenburg. Don't care about the Scroll of Lycos, occupy the place. And the Warrior Bane we do care about, and the Gravedigger, I suppose, as we may need in the future. You can keep channeling and then move southward. And what kind of battle marker did we make? 5.8k, good. That's another major battle marker that'll be close to our central territories, which means in an emergency, or just generally, and we can raise some powerful stuff. I love it. You guys... Yeah, go down here and occupy Chupayodel. Go for it. If you can. I like that they've occupied these territories. We probably weren't going to sail all the way down there ourselves. And ooh, well done to the Awaken. They've taken this place. If you could now just start fighting Bretonia for us. Minus 17. Come on, man. I know we forced them into a bunch of wars that they don't really need to be in, but... Oh well. Oh well. Now... you're missing 2 units, one of them... Well, I guess we probably need a second Necro. And then... What can we get? Let me just see here. Yeah, Rotting Promethean gunnery mobs would work as well. We could do some mortars, we could do some hand cannons as well, potentially. We don't really have enough space to protect all of those units. And you have less stuff accessible to you. I'm gonna get it for 1 zombie pirate gunnery mob bomber unit. At least for now. They're not gonna stick around most likely, but they're also very cheap. So yeah, you know what? Let's get a couple of bombers. And they're pretty solid. Manny, you are proceeding to the Cursed Jungle, which I'm gonna hope that you can reach in 1 bound. Kadan von Senkenhof and Wilmar. Man, what the heck is up with this? The Barbaric Corruption just keeps screwing these guys over. I would like to see if there are Skaven here, but I guess we can't know for now. Also gotta move the Tech Thieves, so let's get on that. They've been doing a lot better work lately, so I'm a lot happier with them. Failure, failure, failure. Okay, just 1 failure, but a bunch of successes. You can also max out wound as well. Beautiful. And then we'll obviously put them into max income, because later on they'll just be, or boost income. They'll be boosting income for territories once we have all the tech we need. Still lots to do. Oh, this is such a fun campaign. The bias is not talking, I swear. Statues of the Gods, 69 and 31. Looks good to me. And... nice success, and you... wound. Alright, you do Suntree Glades. Alright, somebody got a Nightmare. I assume it was Statutory Lich Sense. Steel Tech for you, and... okay, we need to remove that Nightmare. Not paying for it, not paying for no Nightmares. Not in this economy. Wound. Lovely. Alright, who else? Who else? Oh, I didn't level Body Snatcher either. Come on. Come on, Ruinous. Alright, Brain Collector, you have nowhere to steal tech from here, unfortunately, as yet, but, well, you'll find... can move through Castle Beston, annoy the orcs a little bit, while we go and find Vladi. Alright, let's get back to moving Kadan and Wilmar. Now, this place is Swamp Patrician, so we're actually better moving around like this. Ugh, the Winds of Magic. Gonna be losing some, but all in the name of moving faster and further. Bathilda and Wilhelm, you two are going to swap into Necromantic Ritual, move towards Misty Mountain, wherein we will begin the attack on Clan Moors, rather shortly, possibly next turn, in fact. Alright. That looks good to me. Recruiter. This recruiter can just sit around. This recruiter can keep coming down. And that looks like an intern to me, minus the building, which still has to be done. Alright, oh, there's also some point. You know what, I'll apply some of the points between the episodes, because it's like every single lord has leveled up by 1 point, and it's insignificant, and it just takes a long time, so I'll do it later. Cracked land. Income from all buildings, I mean, it's only 5%, but 2,000 gold, not crazy investment either. And we'll take a look. Let's see if this, yes, Casa Bar. I was about to say, let's see if there's more important stuff to build, and, well, here it is. Vampire Crafts finally gives us vampires, and I think we gotta do this right now because it will immediately be able to build 2. We could, what else do we have space for? We could get our first Mortis engine. Put it in the Ghost Army. First Terrorgeist for the Flying Army. Ooh, I wanted to build... You know, this will give us a ton of Vargeists and 4 Vargulfs and 6 Mourngulfs. I think it's just more valuable. Yes, I love the Mortis engines. What we need to do, I think, is transfer the Lodestone of Darkness to a minor settlement so that we can replace it out of Casa Bar. I'll hike. Yes to gibbets and harbors. And we're rapidly running out of cash. But hey. We're also rapidly making cash. What does wine do for us? Hero success chance plus 2%. Oh, wow, I did not realize wine was this valuable. Oh, I shouldn't have vassalized this guy. I should have just let him die in the first place. I had no way of knowing except actually reading things, but... Shut up. Anyway. In my defense, nobody told me. What can we do here? Well, sure, it's not worth it at the Black Tower of Arcan. We could build another Banshee. We did want more Assassins. We do want more White Kings, but the Black Knights don't provide too much value. Could also go for the Abyssal Wood. But we're building the Abyssal Wood over there. Now, I'm going to say another Banshee building. I do generate a little bit of cash as well. And we'll still need tons of capacity for Carnates and Hexwraiths, so yeah, why not? Alrighty, and that's all the money we got. Let's end the turn. We're very rapidly approaching out of time, but nonetheless. Did I check diplomacy this turn? I don't know. I'll check it at the start of next turn. Not a big deal. Oh, man, what a fun battle. That was worth the wait, you got to admit. And finally seeing that undead pike and shot in action. I also really got to save up some cash so that we can get some... outposts upgraded further. They're all at level 1, but at least it's working for us. And hello, what do we have here? A Lost Company of Bretonian? Oh, we already read that. What did we do last time? Was it challenge their faith, or... Oh, we took the Revenant Coast. You know what? That Unholy Vitality, the additional healing, is just so good. I'm gonna say we still do this again. Put it on a Knight unit, and that Knight unit is just ridiculously strong. Enabled if leadership is higher than broken, yeah. Alright, kill them and raise them. And ally mobilizes, faction destroyed clan Spittle, Daughters of the Forest, there we go. We've been expecting them to die. Raise dead, upgrade the Vampire Count Spy, and there's that Revenant Host. And the Midnight Aristocracy, buffing our relationship with all the Vampire Counts and Coast. Somebody's asking to join Confederation. It is Mousillon and the Red Duke. Well... The problem with this is that he's right beside Nikari. But it's the Red Duke. I love him. Oh, the Blood Dragons are my favorite, so we gotta have him. Oh, Crom, the Punch is nearby. These guys are all probably gonna declare war on him. We'll probably have to build defensive structures here, and just to maintain the place. And I'm a little bit concerned about the public order now, but, well, what can you do? Join Confederation. Wait, 1 second. I just want to see... What's the likelihood of you confederating? 45, okay, so not super high. Just wanted to make sure. Red Duke, get in here, buddy. We've been waiting. Alright, and oh wow. That completely crippled our income, but he does have 3 armies, all of which are made up of garbage, unfortunately, but we'll build him something a little better. Grom the Punch cannot reach us, so we're gonna back away. I don't think we're going to bother taking Castle Artois right now. We need to maintain position where we are. Either of you two have anything neat? You have Alpha Ghoul. which could work as a supporting force, and Coast of Leonas is ours. There's that Confederation as well. You can go into Repress Mortals. And I guess the Mausoleum will allow us to build some Graveguard. Now, the Red Duke, out of curiosity, what does he have? Okay, so he has the Ordo Draconis, and Scourge of Aquitaine gives him a massive increase of armor to Graveguard and Black Knights. Well, 25%. And he does have Grave Sentinels and Doom Rider as well, so we could give him those and reduce their costs, but not really upgrade them. And he has Undying Horde, which isn't great, unfortunately. Children of the Night would be much more valuable, so I think, considering his army kind of sucks anyway, what we'll do is we'll reset his skill points. Let's delete this. And then we'll reset you. He'll come back, and by the time he does, we'll probably have a much better army ready for him anyway. You two will probably sit around and defend. Brain Collector, go steal tech from Castle Baston. Leoness, we're going to... Now, we'll build some Crypt Horrors here to be together with the Graveguard. I think that's what we'll do. Because our other Graveguard armies don't have the classic sort of Crypt Horror combo, which I feel like they should. Anyway, you're going to take the Cursed Jungle real quick. Like so, out of resolve and occupy. These guys are very nearly done for. Free Gambler's armor, and hey, another student. Very nice. Dauntless and Repressed Mortals, as we like to do. Barrow out. Herb Gatherer's camp in. Alright. Kadon and all of you guys. Okay, wait, first of all, are there Skaven here? There are Skaven there, alright. There are also tons of Skaven in Carrick-Asgal. And you guys will probably have a tough time taking, but, well, I don't see how we can avoid the situation. Alright, so you guys need to proceed up here, but not to the point that you start suffering attrition. Alright, we'll probably want to attack them all at the same time, so maybe we still wait to attack Misty Mountain for another turn, so that we can take it and Carrick-Asgal in a sort of blitz attack with all of these guys. I think that's the better way to do it. Gustav Gregorovich and Friedrich von Karlsbruck. Oh, this guy's running away. Oh, he's going to try to take Antok? You're not going to take Antok. We'll move the recruiter there just to help out a little bit. Also, Assassin. Oh, you have exhaustion for 2 turns, so this wouldn't help you anyway. Oh well. Go out here. Maybe you can assassinate this warrior priest next turn. You two, real quick, grab the Plane of Tuskers for us, would you? And move the other guy into reinforcement in 1 second. Pyrrhic victory, we'll see about that, with both the armies there. And let's get that wine up and running while we're at it. Alright, you sir. Auto resolve, nobody dies. Occupy. And we're not vassalizing him again, sorry. Black Periapt, ooh, very nice pickup. More Winds of Magic without the hurt of the Forbidden Rod. I don't remember what Manny is using, but we probably will give this to him if he's not using anything crazy. You two will both leave the settlement, though, and channel outside it, because there's a decent likelihood that this guy attempts to attack you next turn. Alright. Alright, I think it's only admin that remains at this point, like moving the tech thieves around and, okay, what are you using? Ah, you are using the Forbidden Rod. Let's go Black Periapt with you. It's also nice that we got that giant blade, so at least we have one weapon for somebody in the form of the Red Duke. Anyway, I'm going to call the episode here. Next time we will wipe out the lizards, the last defenders. I'm just going to hope that Crockgar doesn't start moving towards us, and then I guess start moving down towards Teclis and looping back around like this. Oh, what we should also do we have another tech thief available to us? Ah, there we go, Morbid Curiosity, perfect. What we will also do is get you up and running. And we're going to send him up here to find, hopefully you're not dead. Okay, no. To find Helman Gorst. Alright, and I'll deal with the skill points and the name and all of that stuff between the episodes. Anyway, more vampires to come. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially to the threshold, and to maintain the streak if you want the dual episode on Saturday. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.